long time no see for a get ready with me. Ignore the weird Voldemorty turban headband, Harry Potter style. I don't know, I'm kind of giving Voldemort vibes right now. I'm not feeling this look. We're going to do a full face of makeup though, make myself feel a lot better. I have a lot of different colours. I have a Too Faced palette here, all my normal standard looks, but I'm going to try and add a little bit more colour, a little bit more of a glam look today. This headband is just literally, I'm not wearing this, I'm not styling my hair like this, it doesn't look amazing like this, but yeah, I'm just wearing it to keep my hair out of my face and because it's in a ponytail and freshly washed. I have so much to talk to you guys about. I'm not gonna lie, I have had a lot of annoying, stressful things come up today, but we're gonna ignore that and I don't want to manifest it any further, so I'm not even gonna speak on it. There's no point to be negative, so I'm just going to talk to you guys about some really fun, exciting, interesting topics whilst I get ready. So I have done my nails as well, freshly done today. I'm using the Kick-Ass Super Blur Imperfections Eraser, bit of a silly name, but I do love the product. It's from Soap & Glory. And I know it's not the most hygienic application, but that's okay. I do have a fresh face, just cleansing and moisturizing this morning. This is the, from Soap & Glory, it's a primer. Looking for something, kind of smoothing, blurring, that's just going to keep my makeup in place, but not add like too much glow or anything like that, because I don't think that's good for like the look I'm going for, and because it's a couple hours before I leave. Let me start with telling you where I'm going. Okay, I don't know why my moisturizer is flaking off like that. That's a little concerning. Well, I don't know if it's a product, I don't know. Something is flaking off. Maybe I think it's the primer. Do you know what, guys? I'm really not feeling this primer. Not a great start to the look. I'm going to try and almost like rub it. That's super annoying, but that's okay. It will come off. It's not like I've already put my makeup on and this is happening. So yeah, we're just going to leave at that. Not a good primer anymore, or brush. Or maybe it's my moisturizer that's not blending well, but either way, okay, not the best start, but that's okay. I don't care too much for a primer. I am going, I will tell you guys, to a bar with my friend. Nothing crazy. We're going to catch up over drinks, have some nice drinks in London. I think we're going to a bar in Kensington, so it's going to be kind of bougie, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I don't do this sort of thing too often. Okay, let me do I'm going to do kind of like a Mary Phillips style application now, where kind of the look she would do for Kendall and Hailey. Apparently she does all the contour and everything. Wait, yeah, she starts with contour. So I'm kind of doing that sort of look, and I'm not using that blending sponge anymore. It's not good. I definitely need a new one. I'm going to go in with a brush, old school application style for me. I'm used to using literally a beauty blender for everything. This is kind of like a bronzer color, so I'm just going to see what I can do with this. I don't know. I think I'm wearing a ponytail today as well, so I want to make sure that my whole face is, I don't think we're even using this word anymore, but snatched. Is that even the word you would use for makeup? Probably not, but you know what I'm trying to say. I just want to look as flawless as I can, so let's see what I can do with this. But yeah, we're going to a bar in Kensington to catch up over some nice drinks. I'm going to look my best because it's at one of those like fun, fancy evenings out. Obviously, I'm going to get some photos and videos as well, hopefully. So we're going, my friend picked the bar, but it looks really nice. So I think I'll just have one or two. It's nothing crazy, like I said, just to catch up and socialize and have some drinks. So that will be a nice break. I haven't been out in central London. As you know, I haven't done these Get Ready With Me videos very often. I've been super busy and hectic and a bit disorganized, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, I'm looking forward to finally going out and getting nicely dressed up and going for an evening out. So let me also tell you guys a little bit about what I've been watching lately. I love to update you on shows and stuff because that's a huge part of my day. If I'm able to multitask and work whilst watching something, or eat dinner whilst watching something, if I'm just at home and home alone, I love to just put a good show or film on. I've watched so much, so I'll just tell you what I've been watching recently that comes to mind. That is the Bachelor series, the Bachelor and Bachelorette series. Now going in with concealer, my favorite collection one. I use it in all my tutorials, so you can look back to hear my thoughts on that. Previous Get Ready With Me videos and beauty reviews and things like that, I talk about it a lot. So this is quite a light concealer, but you know what? Brightening the under eye area is quite important to me. I've been watching the Bachelor and Bachelorette series. Really enjoying it, binge watching it almost, which has kind of thrown my schedule off track a little bit, where my posting and just my productivity levels unfortunately aren't as high. But when I get really into a show, or I just like can multitask, like, you know, I can like I said, eat dinner or do my nails, which is what I did. Anything like that. Answer some emails, check, you know, Instagram updates, little things like that. I can do whilst watching TV. I was watching a lot of the Bachelor and Bachelorette series. Not a lot. I would say only 3 in total over the past few weeks, because I just got the Hey service, and before that I was watching Real Housewives franchises, which I also love, extremely entertaining if you just want some like escapist reality TV, something very quick and simple to watch without needing to pay much attention. Having said that, I think you do need to pay attention because the drama is ridiculous, and every 5 seconds something new is being updated, or one of the women said something which triggered a whole nother fight. So yeah, I mean, you could pay attention, but at the same time, it's something you can just throw on in the background, which I often have when I'm cooking or, you know, eating dinner and checking on email updates, things like that. But yeah, after that, I realized on Hey, I haven't watched the Bachelor series in so many years because it's an American franchise initially, and it's not really popular as much outside America, I would say. Like, I think in the US, that's where the franchise thrives the most. So I don't really watch it much normally, but now that I have this service, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I watched the last few seasons of The Bachelor that came out last year and this year. And then I also watched a couple of the last Bachelorette series as well. I'm not fully through, but I do fast forward a lot of it, I'm not going to lie. Like, there's something not very interesting or interviews that are too long, I will fast forward them, which is why I was able to get through them more quickly in the past few weeks. But yeah, it's crazy. I love it. It's inspiring. It gives you like relationship goals and inspiration and things that you're like, oh, I want to experience that. I want to date like that. So it is really nice to watch and kind of get inspiration from. It's also just like a dramatic reality show. I can't believe some of the things that happen. But yeah, if you watch it, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I think, yeah, that's so interesting. I think I'll discuss it with my friend tonight as well, because I've got her into it. I've kind of got her hooked on the show as well. So it'll be interesting to hear what she thinks of and like what she's been watching from it. I've just readjusted the camera angle slightly. I didn't think it didn't look quite right. I don't know, I moved it a little further back. This is my base kind of done for now. Probably looks better on camera than it does in person. Like I said, I don't know if it's the primer I used. Something's not sitting quite right. I might actually just throw the primer away, as much as I love the brand. I don't know, it hasn't given me the perfect base, but you know what, I'm happy with this. It's kind of like a light glowy look so far, kind of concealed some redness and yeah, not necessarily acne scarring, but like, yeah, redness and inflammation on my skin right now. So then what shall I do? Okay, I do have a highlighter color. I think I'll go in straight with that and then use a few other powder products on top of that, but I think for the cream base, this is it. I'm going to go in with a brush I haven't used in so long. This is like an OG from years ago. Like, this was like the biggest craze. What was it, like artist brushes or something like that? So I'm using a Becca highlighter. This is the shade Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. Very, very pretty, you can see. Like I said, I'm kind of going for that Mary Phillips effect where she kind of does all the contouring type of products beforehand and then puts the kind of base layers over it. I guess it blends it out into a more natural, invisible type of shade, which is cool. But yeah, I'm going to see how this works. And also, I don't really like layering cream products over powder, which I think is pretty normal. Oftentimes it doesn't really work out very well. It could smudge or ruin the powder, make it look a little bit cakey. So I like to put that cream product underneath. I think now I'm literally just going to, do you know what? I'm going to put a little bit more of the cream. I don't know if this is a mistake. I think it's going to work out fine, but I'm going to put a little bit more of that down my nose. I don't know why. I'm just feeling like that will look nice before the powder. I'm going to go in with Rimmel. What is it called? Rimmel Match Perfection loose powder. It's translucent and it's honestly the best, cheapest powder I've ever tried. So I'm so excited that they are officially cruelty-free completely. I think PETA listed them on their website, so I can now easily, openly use these products, use them in tutorials, share them with you guys. I'm going to use a normal brush. Normally I used to go in with a beauty blender, and I do really like how that looks. But like I said, I need to buy a new one, so I don't want to risk anything going wrong with the application. So I'm just going in with a classic powder brush like this. And you know what, you can still see, I love Becca. I've only tried a few things, but I've heard amazing reviews. And yeah, the highlighter, like, it's still shining through. So I think this was the perfect idea to just put it right under powder. Another exciting update is probably the one that's actually exciting, that actually involves me, and that is that I have a holiday booked. I am going with my mum to Italy. We're going to Italy in a couple of weeks, so that's super exciting. I can't wait. There are some really nice sights to see around the area we'll be in. So it'll be a little bit of sightseeing and exploring, which I love. I can't wait. And Italy's beautiful. It's probably, I'd actually probably say Croatia is my favorite and then Italy, but I don't know, it might be a tie because the Amalfi Coast is incredible. I want to go back at least a couple more times in my life. Really, really beautiful. In Europe, if you're in Europe, I highly recommend visiting the Amalfi Coast. So beautiful. We're not going there, but we are going to Italy, and yeah, I just love the country in general. I think it's hard to find somewhere that's not beautiful or wouldn't make a good holiday. So that's something to look forward to. Coming up to summer, and yeah, it's going to be really exciting and nice, and I'll have travel vlogs for you guys. So yeah, we just booked the other day. I'm not going to say when we're going, but yeah, we booked the other day, and some content will be coming up for that, you know, obviously once I come back and when we're there. And yeah, so I'm starting to think about that and plan it out a little bit. Moving on to eyes now, I'm using the Too Faced Cat Eyes palette. I showed you a little bit earlier, but this is what all the colours look like. So I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm not going to do it the crazy dark, these ones, the crazy dark colours. I think I'm going to go with something slightly more, a little bit more neutral, but this is amazing for travel. I used to take this with me everywhere because the dark colours work well just to smoke out your eyes. Not smoke out your eyes, is that the wrong phrase? To add a smoky effect to the eyes without having to add loads of colour or sit there for ages and do mascara and liner. You can just add a little bit and it adds a pop to your eyes. And then they've got neutral, natural colours as well, so I love that. I'm actually going to use the matte neutral shade. This is a good trick. It's a brightening powder under my eyes. It works really well. Whenever I have a palette, I just use that as my like setting under eye colour. So if you have quite pale skin like me, that will work really well. As you can see, it's just brightens it a little bit. So bear with me as I figure out what I'm doing with my eyes. I will talk to you as I go through. I am starting to get into holiday mode and think about, you know, what do I want to maybe buy for it? Are there any special items, like maybe a hat? Probably not sandals or anything like that. I have enough of that for this trip at least. I definitely don't need to buy anything new for this trip like that. I do have some things from Primark. I had a recent Primark haul you can check out on my channel. If you want to see some things I got from there that I'll definitely include on my trip, like a cute little straw bag. But also, yeah, I might want to buy a new beach hat. I don't think I need one, so I'll take a look. But when has a girl ever gone shopping because she needed something, right? So maybe I'll buy another hat, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm getting very excited for that. I haven't had a proper holiday abroad in about a year, to be honest. The last time I went, I was in Greece, which I think I did vlog. It's going to be nice to go abroad and relax and sightsee and do, yeah, some really interesting, exciting things. I have also, partly because, you know, I do have summer travel coming up, I have been trying to get into more of like a health kick where I'm eating more healthily. I made a smoothie earlier with raspberries, mango and banana. I had some overripe bananas, so I wanted to yeah, kind of use them up. But I thought, you know what, perfect opportunity. And the smoothie came out really, really nice. It honestly tastes, and I added a little bit, a few extras, but yeah, if you want a recipe or you want me to film it or something, I will absolutely do that for you guys. But yeah, it came out really, really nicely. It tasted like a delicious fresh fruit smoothie, really sweet. The fruits went really well together. And I've been trying to like make more salads a day or fruit smoothie, like I said, just to have that as like the sweet, to satisfy my sweet craving, which I've had a lot of lately. I don't know if it's to do with the menstrual cycle, maybe where I'm at currently, the few weeks that I've had. Maybe that's where those kind of cravings come out, I don't know. But yeah, I've kind of wanted, or I've been buying more sweet foods and then wanting to eat them more often. Usually I'm a savory kind of girl, like I can live on just savory foods. But yeah, lately I've had that. So I thought, you know what, the sweet sugary fruit will hopefully satisfy that. And it has. It is a really, really nice treat. And then making more salads, which I post on my Instagram if you're interested, but it'll be like kale and mango, chickpeas, red onion, tomatoes. Those are some of my favorite ingredients and easiest to add. Pineapple, like char-grilled pineapple is the best in a salad. So yeah, those are the kind of things I've been making and trying to do almost every day. A little bit of Pilates, which I mentioned in a previous vlog. Also, back to talking about TV shows and me probably completely botching this eyeliner. There's so many good films coming out lately. I'm gonna have a lot of cinema trips. I did see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I feel like it's a no comment kind of thing. But I did enjoy it overall. It was like a classic Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy film. I just think it had a lot of unnecessary violent themes. I'll leave it at that. I'm sure a lot of people disagree or don't really care, but I'm very sensitive to that kind of thing. So I found it very traumatizing, I'm not gonna lie. Like, certain scenes were very emotional to look at, or like I literally had to look away. I went to the cinema literally opening day. I was so excited. I've never been to see a Marvel, I'm a new Marvel fan, so I've never been to see a film in the cinema, so I was really excited, and the experience didn't disappoint. It was just, oh yeah, some of the themes of that film were too much for me, like just, yeah, way too much. But having said that, I still did enjoy it. I'm glad I got to see potentially the last Guardians of the Galaxy film. I don't know if there's going to be another one in the cinema, and we went to a really nice one. We went to, it was in a previous vlog as well if you want to see it. It was called, I think, Odeon Lux in Leicester Square. So it is a bit bougie and pricey, but it was worth it if you care about cinema experience. So I don't regret paying for it. I think the cinema experience itself was much higher quality, higher caliber of people. No one who's going to scream or talk on the phone or be disruptive or rude. Everyone seemed really lovely and polite and excited to see the film, because I've had some recent bad experiences, which I think I mentioned in that vlog. But regardless, no, I had a fabulous time. I loved it. Some of the film wasn't great, but some other films that I'm actually looking forward to that I think will definitely be really good is Little Mermaid. Also had some controversy, as is always the case with a live action Disney film. Yeah, there was some controversy and people not happy with it, but from what I've seen, it does look good. Some things not so great, but overall it looks like a good film. I'm excited to see it. I love Disney films, I love the classics, so the fact that they're remaking them, it's almost like a touch of nostalgia and childhood memories and the same music, and I really appreciate how they did Aladdin and Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast. So I think they're really keeping true to the original theme and vibe and aesthetic and emotional chords that it pulls at. I think they are, you know, still in touch with that. So yeah, I'm excited. I definitely want to go see it. So I think I'll go see it in 4D if I can, fingers crossed. That would be amazing. I've done that before, and yeah, I think for Disney films it's like the best experience. Then also Haunted Mansion is coming out later this year, another Disney film, a classic, my absolute favorite, possibly my favorite thing about Disney ever. Like the whole Phantom Manor Haunted Mansion theme. And also Barbie, I forgot about Barbie. I'll be doing some Barbie style content, I think, for when the film comes out. I need to start actually prepping for that, get some content prepared to post, but I'm also very excited for that. Another fun, girly classic that unexpected, but I think is going to turn out really well. I think Margot Robbie's going to be good. Ryan Gosling's going to be amazing, I think. I don't know, the script, like, it was done really, really well. I think I'll fast forward this section because it takes a while, but I am going in with mascara. I'm using my Swede Cloud mascara. Okay, and I'm back. I think that took maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Yeah, the mascara's okay. I think I'm gonna have to put another layer on. It's not coming out the way it normally does. And I've got some all on my fingers now, but that's okay. I'm gonna go in with my brows now, a random pen, but what I will say, it's very similar to the NYX micro brow pencil in the shade Taupe. Very, very similar color especially. So if you have the same coloring as me and same eyebrow shape, and this is the color you want to go for, maybe you're a dark blonde, light brown hair, this would be color for you. So you can get that product instead, because this one's basically unbranded. But I'm just going to fill it out, and then I am going to use a new product I don't think I've shown in a tutorial yet. So ignore the slightly messy application. It doesn't look too bad from where I'm looking, but yeah, it's a little bit bleh. But what I'm going to do now is go in with e.l.f. Brow Lift. I didn't realize it was called that. It's basically like a brow setting gel. And then it did come with a brush, which I'm going to use here. Kind of like a little tapered spoolie. And I take it only a little bit. And then I'm going to start gently brushing it through, and then I'm going to press it down and push it up. I kind of want to create that feathered brow effect, but still look quite natural. I think some girls take it a little too far, I'm not going to lie. Sometimes the trend can turn into kind of caterpillar brows, not in a good way. So I think there is a fine line between overdoing it, in my opinion. So I'm going to try and make it still look a little bit more natural, something like that. I think that still looks really good and put together, but not like crazy where each hair is brushed up individually. And I'm gonna let it dry. It's not super sticky or thick. It's not like a honey consistency or like it's not like glue necessarily. It is quite light. It almost just feels like a thick gel or serum, but it does need about a minute to fully dry. And then I'm going to go back in. As you might see, I have a couple of small gaps, so I want to fill those in with the pencil again. But I'm just going to leave that for the time being, and then I'm going to go on to the cheeks. So as I said, and you guys saw, I have a little bit of that highlighter shade. So what else? Okay, then I actually only brought, I don't know why, but I only brought a bronzer with me following that. So I'm going to take this little tapered brush and then quite like a terracotta shade here for the bronzer. It's from Sephora. Blended out a little bit and then tapped off the excess. And I'm just going to very, very lightly dot it here and kind of go over where I already put the highlighter, but I still think it will look really good mixed in together. And I'm going to probably wear a ponytail, so I'm going to bring this up a little bit to add some more definition. Oh, an exciting point. I actually do have some tips that I learned recently from TikTok. I tested it out with a makeup look on my mum, and she honestly looked so young and beautiful. And I think, yeah, we have quite similar faces in a way, so I think the tricks will work on my face as well. I'll show you in this tutorial what I'm going to do. But this is like a classic standard one to make your face seem a little bit more narrow. Just up the temples here. And then do you know what? I didn't do the nose one. I just realized the girl showed a lot of nose stuff, but that sounds weird. But for now, I'm just going to add a little bronzer like this. But yeah, then on the chin area as well. So I'm going to use powder instead of a contour stick, which is what she used. But you kind of do like go swipe it across the forehead like that, and then down the sides leading into your brows, kind of like that. And then I am going to have to blend it out and blend it up a little bit, because obviously I don't want any harsh lines. And that's obviously to make your forehead smaller. No one will ever, well, most people would never want to make their forehead any bigger. But yeah, and then here it highlights this section, makes, I don't know, just add some nice definition, makes your forehead look a little bit smaller. And I think I'm going to leave it at that for the added colour. So now going back to the brows, they're fully set. I am just going to delicately go into those gaps. I might top them up a little bit before I go out, but for now, do you know what? That looks good, that looks okay. They're slightly thicker and more defined. And now we are basically at the end of the makeup tutorial. So I'm just going to finish up with my lips and a setting spray. I'm going to line them with a Sephora lip liner. Stop being a ventriloquist for a second. This is I think it's the Rose Quartz. It's a very small, I've sharpened it so many times. It's shade 114, but I do believe it's called Rose Quartz. I just can't see it written here, but it's a very delicate light lip color. In fact, it's even lighter than my lips. And I'm going to start with a lipstick and go over with a lip gloss. This is very, very old, but I love it. It's a really cute classic shade. It's from L'Oreal, Collection Privé. It's the Doutzen shade. So I think her name is Doutzen Crows. Or I don't know what her last name is necessarily, but she's basically a Victoria's Secret supermodel. So if I can look anything like her using this lipstick, that would be amazing. So yeah, it's a very simple, light, sheeny, shiny, moisturizing pink, but I'm going to go over it with a slightly darker lip gloss. I'm just going for very kind of like moisturized plump lips. It's a very summery shade, like it's perfect with bronzed skin. Finishing up with Sexy Mother Pucker from Soap and Glory. Like I said, it's a slightly darker shade, but still very, very neutral peachy toned. So all done. Now going on to the setting spray, final part of makeup, and then I'm going to show you outfit and perfume and all the finishing touches. That will be filmed a little later, but for you, it'll be in about 10 seconds. I'm just going to spray the Urban Decay De-Slick. I've not seen this one. I always use the all-nighter setting spray when I do use this one. So I don't know if this is a new one, but it's oil control makeup setting spray called De-Slick. I'm going to hold it from a distance and then just kind of spritz it a few times. Okay, I actually had to hold it up a little closer because it disperses so finely that it has to be from a closer distance. But yeah, I'm going to let that dry for a couple seconds and now moving on. So doing my hair now, I don't usually show this, but I made an effort to remember to film it and leave plenty of time so I'm not rushing. I am going to do a very simple, sleek kind of updo and ponytail. So I'm using I have my colors right here. I'm going to curl little bits of my hair, already loading and heating up. I'm going in with Maui Moisture, Color Protection Sea Minerals Heat Shield Mist. Say that 5 times over quickly. I've only used it once, but it smells really, really good. It does come out a little wet, which is why I'm going to try and give it like a minute to dry. But I'm just going literally all over my hair. And then I'm going to brush through it so it's evenly dispersed and so that my hair, you know, doesn't come out knotty. Yeah, look, it's literally like made my hair wet. I'm not going to leave it like that, don't worry guys. I'm going to leave these to drop. I know it looks so ridiculous right now. I'm going to leave them to drop and then I'm going to come back and hairspray them and I'll show you the finishing touches of how I finish up the look. So my hair has dropped a little bit, as you can see, it's not as crazy. And like I said in previous video one time, it was like Victorian haunted doll, like it's not giving that vibe anymore. So I'm not going to hairspray actually because I want it to release a little bit more before I go out. But I'm kind of giving like a Tinkerbell look. I don't know, I didn't realize that was the vibe I'm going for, but yeah, I like it. I've never worn anything like this. I'm going out of my comfort zone a tiny bit. And for the rest of my hair, I am going to hairspray it, but I did these kind of curls in just 3 sections. So I split it into 3 sections and then just curled those. I'm going to hairspray it, but I am going to release it a little bit. I think with my fingers, I'm just going to brush through it a little bit. So let me show you what I mean. So just kind of separating them a little bit because I don't want, like I said, super tight ringlet curls. I want it to be a little bit more loose and wavy. So just kind of, yeah, separating it to add some volume as well. Take a little bit more from this side. So the hairspray I'm using, I don't know if I showed you, but it's from Schwarzkopf. It's Got to Be range, Insta Shine. And I think I got it on Amazon. It was the highest rated one. Instant Shine hairspray for selfie ready style. So it's kind of like the content creator influencer hairspray, I guess. Protects hair from drying out, adds gloss, no residue. So yeah, it's pretty good. It smells lovely. It smells really, really beautiful. It just does make your hair a little bit crunchy, which is the only downside. But I'm going to spray the crown and then go through the lengths a little bit. And then do this to make it really kind of brush through with the palms of my hands to keep it looking really, really sleek and smooth. And then just a little bit through the lengths. And that's that. That's it for the hair for now. I will show you the finished effect right before I leave. It will have dropped a little bit more, but I'm really happy with how it's looking, the makeup as well. So guys, my outfit of the day, ignore those little rose petals over there. They've yeah, come off the flowers, but this is my outfit of the day. So I am wearing something a little different from me, a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I love it. It's in my style zone, not my comfort zone, but my style zone. As you can see, they're kind of shimmery. If you go on my Instagram, there'll be pictures, a couple of videos. You can see them shimmering really pretty in the light. It is just a top. So it's a normal top, kind of like a racer back style. So I had to wear a strapless bra with it, but it's a beautiful light green sequin top. It's from Zara, but I got it from eBay. So really, really good offer. But I reckon Zara does a lot of like applique, embellishment, sequin style stuff. So you can find something quite similar to this, I think, still, you know, around their stores every season. Then my trusted black misguided shorts that I've had for a long time. They're just plain high-waisted shorts, but they're amazing, so I've kept them for years and years. This is a Zara blazer. I also got it from eBay, but it looks like a suit. It looks like it's matching, so I love it. Kind of on my Sophia Richie style vibe still. I feel like it's not too far off what she would wear, and it's part of that like quite elegant aesthetic that I'm kind of going for more of that recently. And then again, my trusted New Look bag, which I've had for about a year as well, but it's a really pretty fake kind of, is it crocodile skin? Like, well, faux leather either way. Little black shoulder bag with gold chain detailing that matches the gold here. I'm just so stylish today, guys. Then I have black tights, just because, yeah, it's not quite summer yet. I don't want to get all my legs out. So I have black tights, and then I paired it with black loafers from Marks and Spencer. They're kind of like a black velvet. And I showed you my hair earlier, but I love it. This is something a little different for me. As you can see, the curls kind of subsided and dropped a little bit. Something different for me. I normally never style my hair, so I felt very put together, and I really, really like it. So I want to keep experimenting with different hairstyles. And then, yeah, the curls at the back dropped a bit as well. But I'm very pleased with myself. I'm proud of myself that I tried it. stepped a tiny bit out of my comfort zone, put some, a little bit more effort into my look, and I think it paid off. I'm happy with how this whole look turned out. Now let me quickly show you the perfume. That was the finishing touches. I am not a perfume connoisseur by any means, but I mixed these two together. I started with Gucci Bamboo, and then went over the top, over my blazer and my hair before I headed out with Dior Poison, Girl Unexpected. They have quite a sophisticated, deeper scent, both of them. So I do actually think they worked well together. Yeah, a really, really pleasant scent. Like somehow they blended quite well together. So that was the final touch to my look.